So today I'm going through the EDEXCEL GCSE Mathematics Paper Higher for November 2021. So I'm doing question 1. A, work out 3.67 times by 4.2. So this is an example of decimal multiplication, and we have to write it out without the decimal points first. And now we're multiplying everything by 2 first. So we do 7 times by 2, which is 14. The 1 carries over and we write the 4 down. And then we do 6 times by 2, which is 12. But because we have the 1 carried over, we add another 1, which is 13. Then we will write 3 and then we carry the 1 over. I cross this one out because I don't need to use it again. Now I do 3 times by 2, which is 6. But remember we have that 1 that we have carried. Now I've used that, I need to cross it off, and then I can write 7. So now, because we're timesing by 40, we first have to write a 0, and I have cleared that. And then we do 4 times by 7, which is 28. We write the 8 and I carry the 2 over. Then I do 6 times by 4, which is 24, but remember we had the 2 that we carried over, so we add 2, that's 26. We write the 6 and we carry the 2 and I cross the 2 out. Now we have 3 times by 4, which is 12. We had that 2 that we carried over. I don't need to use that 2 now, so I cross it off. And then I write 14. And now we have to add both of these together. So I do 4 plus 0 is 4. Then I do 3 plus 8, which is 11. I write the 1 and then I carry the 10, which is another 1, into the next column. And then I do 7 plus 6, which is 13. But remember we had carried the 1 over. So I've crossed that out because I don't need it anymore. And I have 14, so I write 4, and then I carry the 1 over. So now I have 4, and then I add 1, because I have the carry, so I write 5. I cross that, and then I write 5. And then in the last one, because there's nothing else to add, I just write 1. So that's 15,414. But that's not the answer, because remember at the start, we took out the decimal points and we have to account for that. So here, how many powers of 10 did we go? 3, because 2 from here and 1 from there, so that's 3 in total. So we have to make it 10 to the 3 times smaller, which is 1,000 times smaller. So we move 3. I move the decimal point 3 places along, which gives me my answer of 15.414. So part B, work out 59.84 divided by 1.6. So instead of multiplication, it's division. So I would write the bus stop, 60. And as before, we're going to ignore the decimal points until later. And so it's 5,984 divided by 16. And because we look at the first digit, which is 5, you can't divide that by 16. So we look at 59. And I need my 16 times table here, so I've written it up to 8. You sometimes may need less than that, sometimes need more than that. So I would suggest writing up to 10 times the number. You wouldn't need more than that usually. And then 59, what's the biggest multiple of 16 that can go in there? So it's bigger than 16. 59 is bigger than 16. 59 is bigger than 32. 59 is bigger than 48. But 59 is smaller than 64. So it goes into 16 3 times. But as we can see, there's some left over and we have to find out the remainder. So that's 59 minus 48, which is 11. The remainder is 11. So it will be, so we need to write 11 where it is. So that'll be 118, if that's not clear. And then we do the same thing. It's bigger than 64, bigger than 80, bigger than a 96, bigger than 112, but smaller than 128. So we write 7. But as we can see, there is a remainder, so we have to do 118 minus 112, which is 6. So we write the 6. And now we have 64. And as you can see, 64 is 4 times by 16. It goes in here. So we would just write 4 here. And also, we have to remember that it's decimal, and we need to find the decimals out. And now this is a bit different from multiplication, because instead of adding both of the times you move the decimal place, you subtract this one from this one. And you can understand that if you rotate in powers of 10. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to show you. So that's the answer. But we have to move the decimal place. So that's 2 here and 1 here. 2 minus 1 is 1. So we need to move 1. And then if I move the decimal point in one place, we get, that's the arrow showing we have to move it. So then it's 37.4. That's the answer. Thank you for listening.